There's a trick that the Yetzer Hara has to deflate us this time of year, to make us feel like, even though we know it's such an amazing time of tshuva, Rav Selichos, Ubal Harachamim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is so much marben in Slicha, but there's a trick that the Yetzer Hara has to try to convince us that we don't really have the ability to really come out clean and ready for Aliyah on this Yom Adin. And one of the most important tactics of war is to know your enemy and to know his tactics. You have to know the tricks of the Yetzer Hara. So when we spend time beforehand, sometimes we have to be mimic and what the Tachsisei HaYetzer are, what the tricks of the Yetzer Hara are, so we can be prepared for it to combat that argument. So there's two psukim with two Rashis in this week's parsha that seem to be saying almost exactly the same thing, which we know can't possibly be. Perek Chavav, pasuk Tez Zayin, at the beginning of the parsha, it says, right by Shlishi, Hayoim hazeh Hashem Elokecha mitzavecha la'asos. This day Hashem commanded you to do the chukim and the mishpatim, and you should keep them and do them b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha. What does Rashi say? Famous Rashi, b'chol yoim yiyu be'einecha kechadashim. Each day, we should have that freshness. It should be like it's new. Hayoim hazeh. Every single day we should say Hayoim hazeh. Today HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the Torah. And that's certainly a unbelievable tool, if we know how to tap into it, to wake up each day, and tzaddikim, Talmidei Chachamim know how to do this. Each day is a new adventure. Each day they rediscover their tefillin in the morning, and they rediscover the joy of tying the tefillin around their arms. Each day they rediscover what it means to take 3 steps forward and stand in front of the Kisei HaKavod, and so on and so forth. But amazingly, a few psukim later, Perek Chav Zayin, pasuk Tes, it says that HaKadosh Baruch Vayedaber Moshe v'haKohanim haLeviim el Kol Yisrael. Moshe and the Kohanim spoke to Klal Yisrael Lamor. Haskesu Shema Yisrael. Listen, Klal Yisrael. Hayoim hazeh nihiyesa la'am. Today you became a nation. Says Rashi. Hayoim hazeh nihiyesa la'am. B'chol yoim yiyu be'einecha ki'ilu hayoim bos ha'imoi bebris. Every day it should be to you as if you entered the bris with Hashem today. I do not believe it's possible that there are two Rashis, a few psukim apart from each other, trying to say exactly the same message in different words. If the first message was that every day Torah should be fresh and new, what's the point of the second drasha saying every day it should be like you entered a bris with Hashem today? Well, thank you. I got that from the last pasuk. B'chol yoim yiyu be'einecha kechadashim. And I don't know if what I'm about to suggest is the full answer to this question, but it's certainly a piece of it. And here's where the Yetzer Hara's whisper comes in. And beware, because many of the people in this room will have to battle the Yetzer Hara's tactic of war, but this is not one of those things that gets easier as you get older. What I'm about to describe to you is one of the things that gets harder as you get older. And that is that what happens is we stand in front of Hashem on Rosh Hashanah and we present ourselves. That's what Rosh Hashanah is. We present ourselves in front of Hashem. I'm here. I'm your Eved. I'm ready to serve you. Like, for example, the Medrash says, B'sha'a she'amadetem lefanai b'din. At the moment that you stand in front of me in judgment, Ki'ilu na'asisem beria chadasha. It's like you've become a new person. It's like you reinvented yourself. You recreated yourself. So you see there's an avodah called standing in front of Hashem. We submit ourselves like soldiers standing in front of their commander. We stand in front of Hashem. Hineni, I am here. Hashem, you're going to judge me today? Okay, there's a lot of details of that judgment that lasts all the way till Yom Kippur, but Rosh Hashanah is a very general judgment. Hashem, I'm presenting myself to you. I am here to serve you. That's who I am. And when HaKadosh Baruch Hu hears that, he's like, and then, Kasvenu l'chaim. But the Yetzer Hara whispers, and the Yetzer Hara says as follows. Remember years ago, you were so inspired to serve Hashem and you were learning so stark. Remember that happened years ago? And now think back over the last few years. This is your Yetzer Hara whispering. This is not me talking. Okay? Now think over the last years how many times you have fallen. Think of how many mistakes you have made. Are you now anything like the person you could have been? Imagine what you could have been. Maybe, and as you get older, this gets harder. Maybe you could have been an altogether different person had you not fallen prey to the nisyonos that you did. Or had you not dealt with the challenges and the roller coaster rides that sometimes life puts us through. And we stand in front of Hashem on Rosh Hashanah and we want to say, Kasvenu l'chaim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm here to serve you, but there's a voice in the back of our minds that says, I'm kind of here in some way, a little bit, but imagine what I could have been. This really is plan B. This is not, had I been in high school the way I was supposed to be, and in Eretz Yisrael the way I was supposed to be, if I had been in my earlier years the way I was supposed to be, I wouldn't be this guy today. I'd be someone altogether different. So now I'm going to stand in front of Hashem and say, I did tshuva? What am I, transforming myself back into that guy that I could have been? I'm not doing that. And imagine there are people that are twice your age, that have decades to look back on. And they'll ask themselves, I'm going to go to, and I'm sure, by the way, I'm sure there are shuls full of people that if they knew how to respond to this argument of the Yetzer Hara, they would go into Rosh Hashanah happy and lively. And because they don't know how to respond to this taina of the Yetzer Hara, they go in meek and trying to avoid facing the fact that they're standing in front of Hashem. Because it's very hard to say, I'm going to strip everything away and be that guy that I was meant to be. Because life happened. Did you notice that? Life happened. And the Yetzer Haras, the falls happened. And the traumas happened. And the family events happened. And the global events happened. And now I'm here and I'm nowhere near the person I could have been had I battled properly all these years. So I'm going to do tshuva now, but could I ever return myself to be that person? That's a very deflating argument. Please don't leave now, okay? Because this is a very deflating argument, and I believe that's the pshat in the second Rashi. I will not, at this point, it's not what we do at this mishbar, I will not go through with you the philosophy, the machshava about why this is true. I welcome the Olam's conversation over the next week. You can come over to me and we could schmooze about it. But let's first see what is true before we know why it's true. And the Torah tells us, B'chol yom, every single day, no matter what your history is, no matter what the past was, B'chol yom, yiu be'einecha ki ilu hayoim basa imoy bebris, as if your arrangement with Hashem starts today. The word today in Lashon HaKodesh is Hayoim. Hayoim in Lashon HaKodesh is also how you say the day. Because there is no other important day in your life than today. And the way I look at today is that everything that happened to me until now was just a lead up until today. Today is the day. Today, with my past, with my struggles, with my failures, with my successes, with my accomplishments, with my difficult things, with the things that I've seen and the things that I've heard, the things that I shouldn't have seen and heard, the things that Baruch Hashem I saw and heard. With all of that background, my life starts today. Does that sound like I'm saying some kind of a self-help trick? No. It's a Rashi in Parshas Kisavai. B'chol yom, yiyah be'einecha, every day. He doesn't say only if you're perfect. He says, B'chol yom, every day you should look at yourself as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, come, let's have a bris. You'll serve me and I'll take care of you. And that happened today with the whole history. You want to know how it works with plan A and plan B? I'm up to like plan T. Okay? But you want to know how that works? We could discuss that. How it works with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with Bechira and Yediyah, and with the Hashgacha of Hashem. But let's first see in Parshas Kisavai that it works. That I can wake up tomorrow morning, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parshas Kisavai, Tavshin Pei, and the whole year behind me, and maybe it was a mess. And I could wake up tomorrow morning, and I could say, today, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we are entering into an arrangement that I am bound to you and I am going to serve you with the person I am today. The person I am here and right now. Not the person I could have been, not the person that I sometimes think I should have been. But the person I am right now, that's the one that's going into a bris with HaKadosh Baruch Hu today. Ki ilu hayayim basa imoy bebris. Could you imagine how excited we could go into Rosh Hashanah? Don't make the mistake of going into Rosh Hashanah and feeling like maybe some guys could like really clean the slate. But I'm just not that guy. Too much water under the bridge. You ever feel that way? There's just too much has passed. I can't be that guy anymore. No, go into Rosh Hashanah, Rabbi say, and take the beautiful people that you are, with the milas that you have, and with the challenges that you have, with the experiences that you have that shaped you into the B'nai Torah that you are, and with the experiences that you had that made you have a struggle and difficulty in life. And stand in front of Hashem on Rosh Hashanah and say, here I am, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'm being oimed lefanecha b'din. Not the person I should have been, could have been, would have been, but the person that I am today. And I'm going to use this person's kaiches, this person's abilities, this person's insights, this person's experience. This is the person that's going to serve Hashem, because I came into a bris with Hashem today. Hayoim hazeh nehiyeh sala'am. B'chol yoim, every day. Tell yourself, what happened, happened. If I could fix things, maybe I should fix them, but I can't always fix things. B'chol yom, I'm entering a bris with HaKadosh Baruch Hu today, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give every single one of us the strength to be able to look at ourselves in the mirror and recognize that the person that's looking back at us is the one that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. Hashem doesn't want the you who once was, and Hashem doesn't want the you who your fantasies tell you could have been. Hashem wants the you that's looking back at you in the mirror. That's who He wants. That's who He is roitza. That's who He wants. And if we bring that person who we are today in front of Hashem, there's no greater aliyah. We should have the schus to be able to appreciate the kaiches that we have and the people that we are, and with a freshness each day to engage with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to build a deeper and deeper kesher with Him. Yashakayach.